Alright, good morning. How's the sound here? Okay, we are good. Let's do this thing. 1st of August, Monday. New month. So, first things first. New month, regardless of whether you had a bad month last month or a great month, it doesn't matter. Okay, it's a new month, fresh start. You now have a new opportunity to work on those good habits or really nail down on those good habits and continue doing what you're doing. Mateo, happy birthday. Thanks for checking in. Either way, hope you have a great day, man. Cheers, thanks, I appreciate it. Okay, so first things first, let's just check out some news here. So, not too much this morning. We do have some news for the USD later today. For the week, so far looks like we don't have too much in the mornings. We do have GBP interest rates and Governor Bailey speaking on Thursday. That's about pre-New York time, so obviously this does concern us, but it's not going to be in our session. But we will speak about this more later in the week. And then obviously first Friday of the month we have NFP. Okay, so that's the highlight for the week. GBP interest rates and NFP, but like I say, these aren't really in our session, but hopefully later in the week this will give us some volatility. So first things first, let's just start off on the monthly candle here on GJ. Okay, so last month on GJ we closed bearish. I was expecting this candle to drive up and fill these wicks. That never happened. We've stayed now within this range right here. Okay, now if you look back some time ago, when price was moving down here on GJ, we consolidated and these monthly candles printed side by side for a period of time. Okay, so we could potentially have a similar story here. Let's just zoom into a lower time frame here. Okay, so we have been closing bearish on the weekly, and looks like we are filling these previous weekly wicks and potentially moving back down to our weekly support. So that's pretty much the range that we are in right now, and I believe that we, just by the looks of things, looks like we will move into support here about 158 levels, somewhere around about there. Okay, so based off what's going on here with structure, we still are in an uptrend. Okay, we've been creating higher highs, higher lows, higher high. Now, as long as we respect this 158 level, we can still move up. So, for the time being, I'm bearish on GJ until we move into that 158 level, and then we can potentially see price move up. Obviously, this is a weekly time frame. This is going to take some time to play out, but that's the idea here. And if you're looking at last month's candle, even though we closed bearish, we closed respecting, some sort of level here. We didn't break the previous monthly lows either, although I believe this month we may break these lows and, like I say, move down a little bit further. And I'd like to see what we do as price gets into this area here. But since we closed bearish last month, we can expect to see price potentially move down and then flip bullish. We don't know. Really, price is in a range here, but the weekly's a bit cleaner. And like I say, for the time being, I'm bearish. We have broken last week's low. Okay. So now getting into the analysis for the day. Looks like we have obviously had this nice push during Asian. And we have formed resistance right over here at 161,660. Okay, we've also formed support right here at 161,250. And we are bearish, so looking for sales right now. Looking to the left, looks like we've got targets right here at 165.60. Let's look at this on the hourly. Okay, I think maybe we should just take note of this hourly support right here. But I'm going to leave that 30-minute support marked up. That's going to be my target for sales. As you can see, price taps into that area quite nicely. Not a bad range to move down to 165.60. Okay, hourly candle is just closed. I was hoping that this hourly candle would actually close below this support. And if we were to close below that support, then there's a much higher probability for this current candle to drive down, fill these wicks, and potentially move down to our targets here. But we've closed above this support, so just in a range here on GJ, and we're gonna have to wait for a closure below support at this point, or potentially a fake out, maybe tap into 161.850 before driving down. So looking for sales right now. We're gonna have sales below 161.250. And like I say, if we break above this level here, we could potentially move a little bit higher and then still come down. So if we do break this resistance, I'm not looking for buys. I'm going to wait for price to break back into this range to take those sales. For buys, I believe I'll only be taking buys somewhere above this range right here. I think that's going to be your best bet. Not bad. So we're going to have buys above this level. Don't think this is really on the cards for this morning, but anyway, this is the analysis. If you were to take buys, this is the only area I'll be interested. Okay, so pretty straightforward here on GJ. Good morning, good morning. Got a new Stevzel. Gold. Let's have a look at gold. Start on the monthly. Come on, man. Okay, here on your monthly time frame. Open with no top wick. Okay, that's interesting. Right. Pretty messy scenario here on the monthly. Obviously things will be a lot cleaner on the lower time frames, but just let's break down what's going on here on the monthly candle, since we do have a new monthly opening today. We have closed above this support. Alright, we closed bearish. This body is actually smaller than this wick, so this is potentially a rejection or an exhaustion candle. So we could potentially move up here, but at the same time we've got a wick to fill. Looking at the monthly, we are actually consolidating, so it's going to be easier to find direction on the lower time frames. But we have closed above this support area, so I believe that price could certainly drive up here, you know, forming a top wick on this monthly candle up into 1795 or 1800 before driving down and filling this wick. So I'm basically looking at something like this on the monthly. Let's have a look on the weekly time frame what that looks like. Yeah, we had a strong push down last month. Okay, so it makes sense that price will need to correct some of this move and pull back at some point. And now we are pulling back, collecting liquidity. So if we were to continue bearish on gold, it would make sense to form a resistance at some point, you know, somewhere around this area here, these previous levels of support, or potentially even right here at 1800. Okay, and then to move back down to support. Makes sense here on the lower time frames. Looking here, we had some sort of trend line, and we've now had a break of that level, so we could definitely still pull up a little bit more here before dropping down. Let's clear all of this and do a fresh analysis now just for this morning. Okay, your daily time frame, no top wick, and you know, pretty clean candles here on the daily moving up. Okay, just in a range at the moment. We've got resistance right over here, and I'd say we've got a support level over there. So obviously we are in an uptrend. If we close above resistance, we'll be looking for bars. Let's look to the left for targets. Internet seems a little bit slow. .45 pips moving up. That's our first range here to take advantage of bars. And then if we could break above 171, really clean candles moving all the way up into 1786. Let's see. Yeah, if we could break into this range right here, that'll be awesome. I'm sure we'll move up quite nicely in this range from 1771 to 1784. How to know if you should take the trade when it breaks the support or if it's going to retrace back. Just be aware of which way the market is trending for the time being. Okay, so right now we are trending up on gold, but we have broken this minor support right over here. So you may be wanting to take sells right here to move to the next support, but because we are bullish, we could, break this support and break back into the range and continue to move up. So that would be a fake out, and that's how you could avoid a fake out, simply by following the trend, staying patient, waiting for those higher quality setups. So you can see I haven't even marked up the support because I'm not interested in sells below this level. Price can do what it wants within this range. I'm going to be looking for buys above resistance. So, like I say, buys above 1766. I hope that answers your question, Popav. You just have to be a little bit more selective with your trades. Ask yourself what is, the safest possible trade that you could take. Because if you're looking at every little possible opportunity, you'll probably find yourself over trading. So yeah, any closure below support or above resistance, and you're trying to execute on that, may not be the best idea. You want to actually understand how the market is trending, which way price is wanting to move on the higher time frames, and that's going to help you a lot with choosing your direction. I'm a little bit deterred from sells because we are so bullish still, and the daily has no top wick, so I believe that this daily at any point could flip bullish, and I'm not too eager to take sells while this candle has no top wick. So for the time being, this is the analysis here on gold. We can have buys above resistance, and if we can move back into the support, we could potentially have buys off of here. Let's see. Yeah, we'll see closer to the time. Yes, but sometimes there's a 40 pip retracement before going into my direction, even there's a clear breakout. Are you trading in a time of volume? Because if you aren't trading in a time where there's a lot of volume, and you do, let's say, get a break above resistance, okay, if there isn't enough volume in the market, there's not going to be enough momentum to drive price up to the next level. So that's where you could find price breaking above resistance and then breaking back below, like you say, retracing maybe 40 pips or so before then moving up. Happens a lot on GJ. I've found later in the morning. Yeah, anyway. So just be very aware of your trading times. If you want to trade breakouts, you need a lot of volume. You need to be trading around London Open, New York Open. Okay, so that looks like the analysis for the day. Now we just have to wait. Looks like we could have a fake out of this support here on gold if we break back above. Although the hourly has no bottom wick. Yeah, we'll have to see. How many pips are you looking for your stop loss? Doesn't matter. My stop loss is based off structure. So my stop loss will be below or above the previous candle high, for instance, or if you want to talk structure, the previous, previous low or the previous high. That's where I'm placing my stop loss. So if I were looking for sales right here, let's just say theoretically, my stop loss is going to be above this previous high right over here, above structure. Or if I were looking for bars, okay, my stop loss is going to be below the previous low right over here. But now I'm normally looking at candles, the 30-minute or the hourly candle. So for me, what that looks like is a stop loss below the previous 30-minute candle. Okay. So it doesn't matter how big the stop loss is, you just adjust your lot size accordingly. So for instance here, your stop loss would be like 30 pips. But that's the most logical stop loss. I can't say, oh, I only use a 10 pip stop loss and then just randomly put my stop loss at 10 pips. It's not going to work. Just trying to figure out what's going on here in gold. So it looks like we could potentially have a fake out. If we close back within this range, then we could move up to resistance. But I think if I were to take bars within this range, I'd want to see price tap one of these more key areas, namely 1757. That's going to be your 4-hour support area. You got some nice resistance right over there, or a tap into 1752, and then I want to see price start to continue move up. Yeah, it looks like a fake out. How many pips is this range? Wow. Much bigger range than I thought. Moving up quite nicely on gold. So let's see how this goes. We'll see how the 30-minute candle closes. I may just be waiting for London open, and then we'll see if we can get that break above 1766. So how was everyone's month last month? How was July for you? Tell me there in the chat. Shaker, how did you do? Moving up nicely here on gold. We broke above this little minor resistance. We could potentially now see price move up to 1765. 1767, 500. Oh, you got your resistance up here. If you can get an hourly candle closure above 1767, I'll be happy to take pause. Otherwise, we're waiting for a 30-minute above 167, 500, yeah, somewhere around there. See 5th and 6th July price action. Yeah. Okay, so if we can get those bars above 1767, we're going to be going break even at 1769 because there's a resistance right there. Looking to the left, there was quite a messy range, okay, but I believe with volume we could easily work our way up to 1771. "36 minutes until London Open. I believe we may have some really nice sells here on GJ this morning. This hourly candle now is flipping bearish. Previous hourly was bearish. So let's see if we can move down and close below 161, 250. My zones, I draw my zones on a 30-minute as well. It depends. It really depends. Yeah, it just depends how I'm seeing it. Sometimes I even draw my zones off for 15 minutes. I don't know what's up with my trading view taking a second to load here. I'll have a look at the 30-minute now. I'm going to leave this gold 30 minutes alone. Even if we close back in the range, we could see price move up. If that's something you want to execute on, that's alright. That's you. For me, I'm rather just going to wait for London open at this point. This candle also has no bottom wick, so yeah, just a little bit choppy for me. Yeah, gold is a bit messy at the moment. Last year, August was, for me, it was a pretty bad month. There was quite a bit of volume in August. I think just maybe, I obviously wasn't in the same place I am now. So I'm sure we'll have a much better month this month. If gold comes back down to break the current candle low, then a good sell chance there. Potentially. Because you do have pretty much clean traffic moving down to 1757 at least, potentially even down to 1754. GJ here looks like we're also going to close below this minor support on the 30 minute. $20 pip stops. Ew. Got some volume here on GJ. Previous hourly was bearish. Looks like we're gonna potentially break this hourly low. We're closing below this support area. So if we take sells on this 30-minute closure, we can get to break even here at support, which is about 10 pips away. So I think I'm gonna take sells here on GJ at 830. Gold looks like it's going to close in the range as well, but just it's a little bit too choppy for me. Morning. I'll most likely be using a sell stop on the break of the previous hourly low after this 30-minute candle closes. Okay, there you go. Your 30-minute candle has closed, so I'm going to have a sell stop on the break of the previous hourly candle low. Right here at 161,345. On my broker, it's going to be 161,340, so just be aware of your broker, your prices. 340. Stop loss here above the previous hourly high. That's going to be 25 pips. Morning. Okay, we've got a nice top wick on this 30-minute now. So if we can come back down and re-break the low, or break the low of the previous hourly, we should be good. Nice bottom wick on gold, that's decent. If you break that high, you could easily now move up and fill this range. But like I say, gonna stay away from gold. It's too choppy. We'll see how high we push up here. Obviously, if we break these previous 30-minute highs, we'll delete sell stops. But this is a really nice strong wick up. If we come back down right now, flip on this candle, we should have a lot of momentum to drive down into support here. There you go, shaker. You got your nice little wick there for those bars. It's not bad here on gold. Closed above this minor resistance area. Yeah, I broke the previous 15-minute high here on GJ. But we're tapping into this resistance. So let's see, are we going to break those 30-minute highs? If we do, we're going to delete sell stops. We just about broke those 30-minute highs. I'm gonna keep this stop in for now. We haven't broken the previous hourly high there, but yeah, I think sell stops will be deleted here. So time-wise, I would have liked to have already been in a trade. Right now we've got 25 minutes until London Open, so the closer we get, the more I just want to wait for London Open. So if we do not pull back down pretty hard in the next 5 minutes, I'll be deleting these sell stops soon. What's up, Nathan? How's it going, man? Look at this. Pushing down nicely here. Alright, looks like we broke those highs, so sell stops are going to get deleted. Yeah, going to delete these sell stops, and we're going to wait for London Open here. daily support on GJ. Yeah, you see, we've cleared that daily support and we've broken the low of last week and Friday's candle. So as we break those critical levels, you could say that now we've paved the way for price to potentially move further down. If we were still sitting above this daily support, I'd be a lot more careful with sells. But we've broken that previous daily candle low. Lower time frame setup looks decent. I would definitely take sells at this point. There's gold breaking the highs. So we should see price start to move up. But we've got 17 minutes until London opens. So let's stay patient. Let's see what price does here. If we can move up and close above this range, that'll be great. Got about a 40 pip range moving up. Here's the move. Okay guys, I'm gonna go make some coffee quickly. Just new and need to know what is required to join the community. $1,000 joining fee. No, I'm joking, nothing man, it's free. Just show up to the live streams. You can join the Discord group there in the video description. Completely free. And yeah man, there's a little community chat going there. So you can send your chart breakdowns, questions, we're there for you. Happy to have you here, Abraham. Okay guys, I'm gonna go make some coffee quick. Sorry, just saw that alert. So yeah, we're moving down pretty nicely. Nice rejection on this hourly candle. If we can close below this hourly support, we'll see about sales at 9 o'clock. Obviously, safer sales are going to be below 161, 250. Yeah, no spamming, no self-promotion. Okay, I'm going to be right back. See, we broke the previous hourly low as well. Yeah, we had a pretty strong move up and rejected, so very high probability now at London Open we should move down based off of that rejection of this previous resistance. Looking left, there's pretty clean traffic. Moving all the way down to our next support. I would have liked to get a entry on the candle closure here on GJ. As we've seen, sometimes GJ doesn't really leave us with much of a wick when we have volume in London session. So the only issue with that is stops would be obviously above this previous candle, which is going to be pretty big. So I think we're going to need to wait for a candle closure below the support, wait for a wick up so we can get a better stop loss here. Biden test positive for COVID. We do have some PMI news for the pound today. Manufacturing PMI at 10:30. Looking at good numbers there. But that's about an hour and 30 minutes away, so we should be alright taking sales here if we could get this closure below 161.250. Three minutes to go. We're moving into that support, so we're going to need to close below. Because at this point, obviously, the advantage that this support gave us here is gone now. Quite a lot of volume here before London Open. Gold clearly just stuck within this range. We did move up into about 165. that resistance, and now we've tapped into that level and reacted. So maybe 9:30 we get a close above 1767. Nice bullish hourly candle closure back within the range. But now we need to see price break out of this range for buyers. Other option is if we could retrace all the way back up and close just below the support, we could have sales to then fill this previous hourly wick, goes break even as we fill the wick. But it looks like we may just get that closure below support. Let's see. "40 seconds, I'm not too sure if we're going to close below support here. If we don't, then you just have to stay patient, and we'll be waiting to see how the next 15-minute candle closes, maybe the next 30 minutes. Okay, there you go. Your hourly has closed below support here. Pretty clean traffic on the left. Hourly closed below support. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have a sell stop here. But I want to see us break not just this previous hourly low, but that previous low right over there at 161.234. And then I believe we should fill this previous 4-hour wick here. Current candle stops are not bad. You see we've tapped into the previous support level. So stops are looking about 20 pips. Got my sell stops at 161,225 here on my broker. Right now stop loss is looking like 161,425, so 20 pips on the dot. So this trade is heavily based off the hourly time frame here, since we've closed below support on the hourly. Okay, so I'm looking to go break even at 161, 130. It's going to be about 10 pips. What's up with the stream? Well done, Shaker, well managed. Good call though, gold did move up here. Really nice top wick on this hourly candle. Once we break those lows, we should have some volume here with London open. Looks like we're moving to our sell stop. In terms of targets, we've already discussed 160, 560. It's going to be our target here for sells. Alright, and we are in. Sell stops have been activated. Stop loss above the current candle high for about 20 pips. TP is going to be down here at 160, 575, let's say. In terms of managing risk, we'll see how this 15-minute candle closes. Of course, we'd like it to close below support here if we want price to continue to move down. Okay, here we go, moving. Price jumped up there as a new 5-minute opened. No bottom wick, so don't stress. We should come down and form that bottom wick, and we'll be flipping bearish, so we may continue now to our break even level here. Got 3 minutes left here for this 15-minute candle. Are we going to close below support? Pushing. If we tap into this BE level before the 15-minute candle closes, I'm going to close half at 10 pips. Okay, I'm going to close. Pulled back a little bit. Just about tapped into the break-even level. I'm going to close half right here and move stops to break even. So secured about 8 pips. Not a whole deal, but managing risk here. It's the first day of the month. Just going to make sure I'm doing the right things so we can continue to do the right things throughout the month. And if we get stopped out of break even, so be it. Good trade. Right now we are risk free. Stops are at break even, secured 8 pips. The only reason I'm securing right now is because we're tapping into that level before the 15-minute candle is closing. And that's a potential rejection zone. That's why we've gone break even at that level. So like I say, just managing risk. Of course, your new 15-minute most likely will come up, form a top wick before driving down. So we just want to be cautious and not give away any of our profits here. Gold daily flipped. Ooh. Gold is lining up pretty nicely. I think we're going to have to wait for the 30-minute candle closure here above resistance, and we could have buys on gold. Still in it on GJ. Haven't hit break even. Okay, we closed below support here on the 15-minute. Let's see, are we going to survive, break even, and continue to move down? Oh shit, yeah, I mean, these things happen. You know what, just as I've managed risk here on GJ, closing off at only 8 pips, you know, it's just one of those things you have to do to make sure you are always doing the correct things. Nice move down here. Our next level of interest, okay, we obviously have this wick to fill. But I've already closed half here, so I'll only be securing a little bit more profit as we move into this next level here. Hourly support at 16800. We've broken that 15-minute low, so let's see if we can continue moving down here. It looks pretty good right now. Yeah, it looks real good. Hey yo, but that's the win streak continuing. Five trade win streak. Not bad. So it wasn't the conventional entry here this morning. Although it actually was based off the hourly. Based off the hourly, it was simple closure below support, break of the lows to fill this wick. Obviously it would have been a lot cleaner to get a closure below this 30-minute support, but you can see here basing it off the hourly works fine too. Looking to the left, we've got clean traffic moving down, so ticked all the boxes, and then all you got to do is execute. Yeah, we'll see how this 30-minute candle closes here on gold. We may potentially have bars. Sorry, I was muted. Just said good morning, Ian. Don't worry, didn't miss too much. Looks like we're gonna get stopped at break even here on GJ. Yeah, I just hit break even here on GJ. Not bad. Managed risk pretty well. And we could potentially try these sells again if we can close below this 30-minute level. So we'll see about that. We've got 8 minutes until this candle closes. You can see right now we would be in a hell of a drawdown, moving to our stop loss. So if you manage risk there, well done. Stop should have been a break even as he tapped into that level I marked up there. Made a withdrawal this morning, starting the month fresh. Made $130 this morning. So it looks like your 15 minutes came up, created a slightly steeper top wick, and we are moving back down. 30 minutes currently sitting below support. We've got 5 minutes left until this candle closes. And we may try these sells again. Gold just hovering below resistance right now, so we're gonna have to see if we get that closure above. If not, no trades here. If we can close, like a small bullish candle here, maybe get a closure at like 161, 190 on the 15 minute, and the next candle breaks the low, that'll be a pretty nice setup to continue to move down here. 37 people in the chat. Jeez, good morning everybody. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us today. If you came for the monthly breakdown, you can check out the first 10 minutes of the stream. We've already taken some GJ sells here. Secured 8 pips, went break even. And we're waiting for a second opportunity now. We need to see this 30-minute candle close below support, and for gold we need to see a closure above resistance here. Morning, everyone. How's it going? So both of these pairs are actually setting up right now. We'll see which is cleaner on the candle closure. GJ right now sitting below support, so that looks good for sales. Gold is sitting at resistance here, and I believe the range we're planning to trade here in gold is a little bit more choppy than GJ. Sorry, the chart's not loading. Alright, we got, potential rejection zones here at 1768, 1769, 400. Thanks, Rowan. So we'll see. It would make sense though if we closed above resistance and broke Friday's highs for us to move up to, 1769 at least. So yeah, we got half a minute. It all comes down to how these candles close. And we've closed below resistance on gold and right on support on GJ. So, wow, both pairs setting up, but we're gonna have no trades here. What can you do? Obviously, if we break the previous candle lows, we could still move down. It's just that there's no closure below the range here, so at this point, this is not looking all that clean. Closed above this most recent resistance here on gold. Patience pays, guys. First day of the month. Gotta take what you get sometimes. So yeah, your next tradable opportunity is most likely going to be 10 o'clock. Or at least for me, at this point, I'll only be looking at these hourly candle closures. So we've got about 25 minutes to go. So we just need to stay patient. GJ's moving up. Broke those 15-minute lows. So good thing we managed to risk the way we did and got out. GJ's moving up pretty strong here. But we are just in a range, so we need to break out of this range. If we break out to the upside, I'm not going to be taking bars here. But you could potentially see price move up to, 162. If that's the day, then so be it. Like I say, pretty good start to the month. Not the biggest one, but, managed risk well, doing the right things. Hey Abrams, do you use a standard lot size or percentage risk according to your stops? So I do base my risk off my stop loss, but I go off like an average stop loss. So from anything under 20 pips, I'll use, let's say, a 5 lot for a 1% risk. If it's, let's say, between 20 and 30 pips, I'll be using 3 lots. If it's more than 30 pips, I'll use 2.5. And then my stops are never really bigger than 50 pips. So with a 2 lot, let's say, for 50 pip stop would be like 1%. If I'm doing 2%, then it's going to be 10 lots, let's say. If I've got a smaller than 20 pip stop, 6 lots between 20 and 30 pips, and 4 lots above 30 pips. So I don't work out an exact number for every stop loss, but depending on the stop loss range, I know what lot size I'll be using. $15 looks like it's going to close bearish here off resistance on gold, which means that we are still within this range. So consolidation means no trades. GJ, same story here. We've had a push up. If we close within this range, there's no trades. Even if we close above resistance, like I say, I'm going to avoid buys here. I believe if we push up and then break back within this range, you could still see us move down and fill some of these wicks here based off the weekly. So your first targets for this week are going to be to fill these wicks. So I have marked up there 160, 560, that's going to be my first target. And then we should be looking to move into the support. As you can see, based off the weekly, we are bearish and we are in this range. So we had a push up to resistance, rejected, and we are moving back down. So where's price going to go? Most likely back to support. Missed GJ bars. Who missed GJ bars? I never missed GJ bars. I was never going to take them. Wasn't my trade. See, the fundamental idea behind bars is to be taking bars off of support in an uptrend or on a break of resistance in an uptrend. So since we are in a downtrend right now, I'm going to stick to looking for sells, and just like with bars, with sells, the fundamental idea is we take sells off of resistance or we take sells below support. So for the time being, I will not be taking bars off GJ. I've planned my bars above this level, and that's just how it goes. I'm gonna stick to that. The daily, yes, we did close above support. You're right. Okay, but overall we are bearish. Every time frame on GJ right now is bearish. From your monthly all the way down to the hourly, 4 hour. Obviously this hourly right now is pretty bullish. Okay, but right now everything is still bearish. Okay, Shaker, come on, bro. Do you want to take over the live stream and trade live? You're more than welcome to. You can start a YouTube channel for free. Nobody's stopping you. Yeah, I'll see how these hourly candle closes, how these hourly candles close. Yeah, sorry. But right now, looking pretty slow. All love, bro. You see, if I were to take bars on GJ, I would definitely not have taken a trade within this range. This hourly candle looks like we most probably will close above resistance, and then you've got clean traffic moving up. So that idea for bars is definitely valid. Definitely. But as you can see, we are in a downtrend, so I'm going to just be patient with those bar opportunities. Like I say, it's the first day of the month, so I'm just going to take it slow. Range 2 bars. Yeah, base of the range 1, range 2 situation for me. For me, this is going to be range 1. This is going to be range 2. So I'd want to see a break of this level right here. But you see, with the range 1, range 2 story, at the end of the day, it still just comes down to structure. Because what is range 1, range 2? If you were to say that's range 2, that's range 1. Okay. This right here is your previous high. that is your previous high. Okay, we have obviously created this high right here, but as long as we respect this previous high, so we can pull all the way back into this level and reject and continue to move down in this bearish trend. Lower high, yes. But if we were to break above this high, this previous lower high, then we're forming higher highs. And then you could say we are potentially starting to move in more of a bullish trend. So then you most likely want to see a support being formed, so a lower high to then move up. What the hell? So yeah, that range 2 story, you know, it's cool to have your own idea and view on it, but at the end of the day, it's really just structure. Let's do that range 1, range 2 story here on gold. Okay, so arguably that was range 1 right there. And then let's remove this to make it a little bit more clear. Then this would be range 2. Now we had this range 1 breakout in a bullish uptrend, so we closed back in the range, and that was your fake out. So because you're closing below range 1, you would want to be careful with sells here, okay? Because overall we are in a bullish trend. You know, we could just break below support, easily break back into the range and move up. But now looking at range 2, this is where you would look for sells below. Okay, so you could have sells below the support right here. But what is actually going on here, this range 1, range 2 story? Really, we are just breaking these previous lows. Okay, these are your previous lows, so price can pull all the way into this level and continue to move up. Because yeah, really this is your previous higher low right here, this area. So as long as we respect that higher low right there, we are still in an uptrend. And you know what? We could even get a fake out of this level right here and still move up. Since we are in an uptrend, you want to just be careful with sells and understand that you are trading counter trend. Understand how you'll be managing your risk. I'm not saying I wouldn't take those sells below support, although that range is not the biggest. 45 pips, wow, okay. Pretty big ranges here on gold. 5 minutes to go, guys. Gold really not looking too good. I don't think we're gonna get buys here. Two minutes, ladies and gents, and I think the stream is gonna come to an end. Not too bad of a start to the month. Definitely not too bad. 5 trade win streak. So a total of 8 pips this morning. 8 pips. Gonna go buy myself some breakfast with that 8 pips. Let's have a look at gold. Gold is closing above this resistance right here, bullish. So now what we could see potentially happen is this wick get filled. But it's really not the most beautiful setup. Got nice support formed on the 5 minute. And you close below that resistance, so definitely no trade there. GJ closed above. Let's see. So if you were to take buys now on this candle, let's say as we break the high, you could have stops below the previous 15 minute, anticipating price to move up to 162. But yeah, I didn't take this trade, guys. But guess that would have worked out pretty well. Look at that. It's like magic. Anyway, that's the stream, guys. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it as always. And I hope to see you guys back here tomorrow. Please don't forget to leave a like and enjoy the rest of your day further. Safe trading, guys. Take it easy. First day of the month. Take it slow, like I say. Make sure you're doing the right things and carry that discipline throughout the month. I'll see you guys tomorrow.